Don't pay attention to the beast fearless. You'll only encourage it.
You'll only encourage it. Really now.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Alright, so either way, we are back to more Divinity. And trying to figure out what we're doing.
The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting
Alright, let's go get started and figure out what we do.
The beast speaks. So you've had to bring back that feral maul, have you? The cretin's question.
Well, that's wrong.
Sorry, sir. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before
That's
she
it,
could
troops.
do any real
Train up while you
damage.
can. The next orcish strike could land at any moment.
I'll be disfigured for life.
Must be this.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you. Very few have returned.
Are you Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Arhu's invention, the stasis blaster. Quite a sight, no? The ray could singe a zombie or skeleton to ash in a matter of seconds. These days, real legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast those flesh-eating monstrosities from a distance than to get within striking range. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just make sure the thing's hitting its targets.
I suppose.
So, the wizard's crafted a device intended to keep the undead at bay, has he?
Or Gaius.
Little did he expect we'd recognize the hulking source sapphire he's using to fuel it. Careful now, comrades, and tread lightly. There's no telling when that madman's doomsday device might gain sentience and turn its rays on us.
Yeah, I've heard that once before, actually.
Oh, to be met with such derision by my own comrades. Tell me, friends, will you be ready when darkness attacks? Who'll be the
I hope.
when I'm safe in my source-proof sanctuary and you're left outside begging for entrance? Though I suppose, if I recall correctly, the source sapphire does have a particular sheen about it. Yes, and I think that in fact an authentic source sapphire buzzes with the trapped souls of 1,000 innocents too. Perhaps, well, no matter if this particular gemstone is innocuous, the principle remains.
Again, I've got the thing in the wrong area. Alright, cool.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman.
The beast
Julia
speaks, so you've probably been
Veirish.
behind that feral maul, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
Sir, no, sir.
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
You got one good eye?
That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
Wow, that doesn't seem too dangerous.
I wondered to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right
Huh.
in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided.
So they think she's a
She doesn't seem
zombie?
to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief.
Might.
We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Ooh.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In home forests,
Okay.
every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Again! Attention! About face!
It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I am still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. And those I meet do not always see themselves in me. It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me.
That's good.
To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
What level is she at? 3. Okay.
Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Oh.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Ah. Batar's garment.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
And of course, battery controllers are low.
Attention! About face!
Nah, I like this better.
Recruits!
Sure, whatever.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face!
Alright, so this is supposed to be the Legionnaires' headquarters. Let's go ahead and save. A hatch. I can sit. That's awesome. Why, did he not like me sitting in his chair? Ah, well, let's talk to him.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear? I'm Captain Aurian, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into driveling hordes of their own misshapen number.
Hey, an army of the undead seems pretty good, though.
If you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain
I think you'd be screwed.
out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of our who's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that's all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you?
Yes.
Sicil stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Sicil. We are the pride of Rivalon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably.
Alright.
I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
You sure about that? Because I kicked 2 of your people's butts, though they were drunk.
Licking God's knows which body parts. Sects. Sorcerers. You'll be seeing flying carpets next. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he?
Yes.
Magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
Well, poop is magical.
I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town. Not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you.
Alright.
Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in
Ow.
down to the crabs on the beach is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly
Some
would
days.
explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What?
Wow.
You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition. I see.
Uh-huh.
You've come to report a dead sheep. A heap of mutton that sailed into view upon your robbing the grave of a councillor. Lovely.
Yes.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like guppies. Hie yourself to Roberts the mortician. If anyone buried a sheep, obviously it was him.
I'm gonna try something. Okay, we're gonna save quickly. I want to see what happens if we attack.
For that now.
Wow. Dang. Yeah, he's raged. Aww. Dang. I'm not saving this. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Please assist me, friends!
Nah, I don't care. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't help. Okay. I just didn't like him, so I wanted to hit him once.
Those folks that embarrass a bridge troll get for signing recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Now to find my way to Esmeralda. Oh. Well, this is interesting.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March!
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven.
Okay. So we gotta find Esmeralda's, which I know I've seen before. Ah, okay, here it is. Wow.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter,
Yes.
aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
A lot.
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor. But his one and only princess just the same. Well, what do you want to know? Sisel. Now that's a sad story. Roofs of elegant homes burned for fuel. Oaken cupboards emptied and laid in the dregs of their great skirts to bargain for fish bones. They're nightmare incarnate, aren't they? Let a priest explain that to me.
I
How we
guess.
supposedly become the gods' children in death, when in fact foul magic can bring us back and make us haunt our own kin in endless, mindless
Technically, if you're following that logic, your soul's gone. The body's not what it should be.
Every legionnaire in town. I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened?
I guess.
Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger, and you believe them?
Ouch.
These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Alright, achievement unlocked. Suspicious Minds, 15G. Esmeralda is your primary suspect. Alright. Then we can steal stuff. Okay, and then we gotta go upstairs. Painting of a rooster.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
They will call the guards if you go too far. Star Pebble. Now. I'm looking for a chest. Oh, there it is. Smells like this particular pair missed more than one laundering day.
Keeping those on hand anyhow. Sentimental reasons?
Alright, achievement unlocked. Memory Motel. You found a silky souvenir. I could see her wearing the stinky, Alright, we got the key. Great. Now we gotta find that hotel again. Main problem comes is I don't know where the hotel is again. Oh. We'll find it. I don't know how long it'll take, but we'll find it. I think it's this over here. Yeah. Alright, so what are we doing?
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Okay. Oh, right, because they told me to go this way. Right.
You have come, yes. That is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle mask of age. Hear me now repeat the words of Brittletooth, the child snatcher of Carador. Come, play with me, for I'm hungry. Come, play. My name is Eglandir Twil Selanar, elf of the house of Gandavum, the slaughtered house of Gandavum. But by the twin blades of the Shadow Vixen, I shall have my revenge. The walls of memory are stained with blood, and I would see them bloodier still. The game, yes!
A game of blood and brutality, of death and
Okay.
dexterity. Fun as herring, the horror harlequin. But, like the serpentine stalker hisses before the stab. Hush now. Darkness.
This guy is scaring me.
Hush. Hush. And listen to my tale. The elves of Gandavum, they lived in peace. Oh, yes. But one night, when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazuldagar beset our city. They cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The
Dang.
light of dawn never saw an elf of Gandavum no more. All undone. Every last one of us. Except for me, the mid-rambler. Away from the
Oh yeah, you started rambling because you went insane.
then already. Though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast of Kazuldagar has been bled. I may be frail, a withered grave. The of kings is mine.
Okay.
Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want, and now is almost over. By Kala, lady of the last gaze, I swear it is almost done. Only the very last one of the Kazuldagar still eludes me. The crowning kill that would seal its fate and mine alike. I have tracked her down. By the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade. And yours shall be the bounty of vindication. Mine shall be its sanguine satisfaction after long, long last. Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the fingers...
Boy, they drove him insane, didn't they?
Tighten until its choking flesh bulges with blood and its beat slowly breaks. The orcs of Kazuldagar.
And she also takes like a year and a half.
Oh yes. By the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. And so they sought to save their last. An infant. She who was to be queen. To no avail. Oh no. Years, how many I know not. Years I searched. And now she has been found.
You are long-winded, my dude, and I know long-winded. I am that long-winded.
Her name is that of a woman. Her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc. A cyst of nature. One of her
Is she really an orc then, or are you just...
life from the tumoured womb of a filthy, coarse-haired beast that was humped like a dog in the darkness of a stinking hollow.
Wow.
Librarian. Daughter. Adopted child of Cecil, Mayor of Sicile.
That makes it even worse.
Bloodlust in you. I can feel it. Let it out. Set it free. Undo the last of the Kazuldagar. By the breasts of Sishara Goatsuckler, give me my revenge!
Goatsuckler, I'm afraid of that.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins.
Right.
The night, by the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood.
Indeed. Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past. And yet she's on a, let's call him, eccentrics hit list.
Right.
The hunters go stalking in the night by the needle.
All right, we're leaving.
They'll end it all in blood.
Right.
Stop right there. Until you've received the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it?
Really, I could have just broke it down.
Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well,
No, I attacked him in a previous reality.
Town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
The heck was that? The end of time?
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Yeah, it did. Radio.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
Yeah.
Perhaps my newfound comrade, but that is hardly our chiefest concern.
I think it's mine at the moment.
Tiny vestige of space and time, and the ground is fast shrinking beneath our feet.
Alright, back to info talk with Zigzags.
Good you appeared, however you did it, precisely when and where you did, or you might have found yourself free floating in empty space. Oh, but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. Zigzags the historian at your service.
Uh-huh.
It's my job to record all that was and is and hopefully all that is to be. At last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time.
Yes, you did.
If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have.
It did.
Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the
So it
darkness
found a way to
of
end time.
I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
Okay. Holy crap! There's a dragon. And it's like a white hole, not a black hole.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active.
Huh.
Fantastic. Astounding. Onward we should go.
Level 26. Wow. He would murder me if I tried to attack him.
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key.
I would assume so.
Here is causing the end of time to grow, the true end itself to move further away.
Well, that's a good thing.
Those torches, a light, this portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it.
So something that happens in this game must cause time to be ending.
Void itself, the dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
Wow, this game just got trippy, and I kind of like it a bit more now.
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this is nothing other than... But why spoil spoil the mystery. As
Uh-huh.
through, we'll find out for certain. After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I'd hoped. There she is. There it is. Come, gentlemen.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
I guess so. It'll be all... Oh. Ha! Wooden stake. Apparently vampires must exist in this world.
Could it be?
Indeed, Sir Imp.
Oh, the Weaver of Time.
As you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
Well, this is all strange for me, too.
Exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
Why would I tell you?
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of their comings and goings, I could describe them down to the minutest of details. But you are different.
Huh.
Of you, I see nothing.
That's weird.
I know nothing. So please, do tell me, how did you arrive here? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused
With
you
new
with
life.
as well. Is that so? Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never
Weird.
had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
Okay.
Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters, it would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are.
We're the Devourers of Time, baby.
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret. A secret lost, even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
Right.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores itself.
Neat.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
But if there's no end of time, then I would never come here.
Yes.
If it
But
fixed
I cannot
itself.
explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Huh.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry,
Okay.
then we stop the void.
Can you stop something like that?
Mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
I just wanted the chest.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
The last chest.
Come, I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet.
Considering I do have a mission to complete.
With you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you?
Yes.
You wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield. And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you.
You might be afraid.
Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days.
Isn't that the truth?
Then, you've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Indeed.
My heart hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the tapestry of time.
I wonder if the thing eating it going into the void is going into the present, which is the past for them.
Devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world.
I guess makes sense.
Caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. More pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent.
You have an agent?
Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies.
I suppose.
And more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more
That's
than an
weird.
ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both. It's history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission?
It makes the game more interesting, but I'm very confused at how I'm a part of it.
Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy.
So why'd you say it?
But of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress that void out there is causing me. The end of time. I'll be out of a job.
You'd be out of life.
Gather those star stones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the void forever.
Huh.
Lonesome, observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore. Lonesome, being privy to all that has been and all that is. Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly doesn't mind a bit of company now and then.
Understandable.
Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years. I can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the sons of Sigurd. The last Rivalonian who remembers it died more than 7,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivalon, there will be...
His agent.
My agent.
That's who he was talking about.
And ears upon your world. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Homestead at the end of time. Quick travel. Cool.
The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History. I am your biggest fan, dear lady. Could I get your autograph?
It shall be my pleasure, Sir Im. I'll embroider it in the first volume of your all-encompassing chronicles.
Ah, so that's the, Weaver of Time missing.
You are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions, the drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, drift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems, you. Ask and I shall answer, if I can. I am the Weaver of Time, as I have told you. Though my existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb, to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chroniclers both are we of the epics of eternity.
Interesting.
Perhaps we are one and the same. Task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? I do not know. Why have they done so? I do not know. Am Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. You who makes dying stars rekindle.
That's interesting.
None will tell. Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me. You and Starstone remain the imperfections upon the tapestry. As yet. A hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between you and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined. I believe that starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No. They will also lead to new knowledge through the restoration of the threads of old. Oh, Hunter. I have no need for company. Like I have no need for air or appetite or affection. All I need and all I am is time. And time is running out.
I like that.
unless
Liked her
you
laugh.
delay its decline. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship. For you may prove to become the cure that will heal my slipping soul.
Yay!
Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility. But no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection. A blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance
So I could technically do anything and it would change it.
Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed. What it is but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, that is what the starstones will tell us. What it is but the end. What it could be, is the end of ends. I reside in another realm altogether. But ever since the end of time appeared in these deep dark skies, I materialized here. As if forced to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable. A thankless task that you may yet free me from forever.
Interesting.
I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know that no longer I did weave. I sat here, at the end of time, and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creations. But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars. They place new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time.
Interesting.
New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, it seems that you are creating time. These
That's kind of weird.
stones, please, seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone.
That would be weird to see. Wait, Zigzags is weak?
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
Huh. Interesting.
I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course.
Yeah, that would make
The
sense.
absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Tick-tocking time. Nice. Well, this game just went completely 180 from what I knew.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm.
So...
I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch.
Suppose.
It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek.
Really?
The murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
But I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian,
lectured.
the Grand Dame of Time, I snuck
The
into
Grand
his house and
Dame.
had a look around.
So you did our job.
Advantage of being a cat, you know.
I suppose.
You go where you please with impunity, and sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring.
Sounds like a nice gig.
That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
One would think so.
Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed,
I suppose.
a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safety. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, save it all too seldomly. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen
Of course you
without
would.
ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. It is void. It is death. It is
Nothing.
nothing.
Definitely something to fear.
To have all the answers, all that I understand, all that is happening here and out there among the stars, but I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I
Divinity.
beside the hearths of home.
Original sin.
I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him.
Aww.
So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it.
Of course
Don't
you
worry,
did.
though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this
Oh.
matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer.
Well, that's neat.
But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
I will. Always come in pairs. Oh, 15G, trick bag. You found the legendary teleportation device of Revelia. I actually got it a little early, but whatever.
I can't even
Teleport to its pair.
slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage. Unknown to all time, are you? Leave it to an imp to try to fill our minds with all manner of magical gobbledygook. I'll tell you who you are. Source hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Rivalon. Here to find out and
Why do I feel like she's the main villain?
last speck of dark magic in the realm. There, the enigma is solved. What are you? You think I'm... No, comrade. You can keep the honor of being the object of the Space Im's special interest all to yourself. I just hope this fancy of yours doesn't interfere with your real job, or have you forgotten that little detail already? You're a source hunter first, last, and always, comrade. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Well, tuck my tail and call me Bessie. A 2 feet addressing me directly? Huh, I thought I'd never see the day. Oh, me and my brother Bull have dragged this here cart all around Sicil, from dock to graveyard and back again. Speaking of Bull, you ought to say hello to him. He's clairvoyant, you know. Can tell your fortune to the T.
It will.
I'm seeing 2 feet approaching me, and here you are. My powers astound even me.
Uh-huh.
I'm Bull, the leading clairvoyant in Sicil. The 2 feets never bother to ask, but I see all that is and is to be. Of course, most winsome 2 feet, of course. What would you like to know? Well, that depends, 2 feet. That depends. I see that love has caused you to falter in the past. Yes, falter dearly. You must reconcile your mistakes before you will find true love. Why, yes, most wealthy indeed. But you must be vigilant, 2 feet, for I see that your wealth will come by bloody means. Death. Ever the most difficult topic to foretell. I see, oh dear. No, your reading is over, do you hear? Over.
Oh my. It's level 1. I could attack the bulls.
Well, you see, the gold and silver planets square
Okay.
suggest a struggle.
Alright, let's save.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Oh, wow. That, one way to take care of things, isn't it?
Makes sense, sir.
Okay, what about the south?
God, duty's not so bad. Hey.
Oh, so it's you.
Better if I could do it in peace. Just making conversation, mate. Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more. Come now, it's just a turn of phrase. Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere? Report! Nothing to report, sir.
I have no idea where to go here, so...
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Curtius, proud protector of this house of Legion.
Okay, I think I found it.
Curtius is my name. The Legion is my calling. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Curtius, have been trusted to guard it.
I don't care.
Report!
Nothing to report,
sir.
Keep your pleasantries to yourself. What are you doing inside this warehouse, snooping around?
I was
If it's conversation you're looking for,
trying to...
my comrade Florius, or as I prefer to call him, Loose Lips McGee. As for myself, my job is to protect this warehouse, not chit-chat with intruders. That idiot man-child would sooner spend an hour chatting up a thief than a minute arresting him. I only hope he gets transferred out of this warehouse and straight to the perimeter. Let him rot off as zombies here instead of mine.
Huh.
Nah, even thinking of him turns one into a gabbing hen. Please, leave me be.
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around. And don't mind if I pick your brain about the scoop around Undervale.
Sure.
My current affairs. I tell you, this gig sure beats getting my toes bitten off by zombies out in the field.
I think anybody would agree to that.
Guards don't have to do much apart from stroll the perimeter a few times an hour. And of course, every now and again, some friendly folks, like yourself, will wander through here. And nothing beats a pleasant conversation, though my comrade Horatius has quite different opinions on that matter. Have you talked to him? Thinks every man, woman, and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. If I so much as greet a townsperson with a hello instead of a state your purpose, he starts frothing on and on about godly duty and security breaches. This Jake business is quite the scandal, no?
No.
I myself suspect his wife is Miranda.
Everybody suspects that.
Let me tell you.
Seconds that? I believe it's like 23rds that.
Then again, and you didn't hear this from me, he's going through quite the nasty divorce himself. And there's his children to consider. But I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Never did get on well with her mother ever since the incident. Oh, it's an unparalleled pleasure having a fresh ear around here. That fusspot said what? Well, old Loose Lips will let that lowly backbiter know what he thinks about that. So, something you'd like to say to my face?
Yes.
I haven't a thing to say to you. I'm on duty.
Duty, indeed. Put up your fists.
Are you mad? We're guards, not drunks on the street.
I think you're drunks on the street now.
What is this barbarism? Back to your post at once!
Sir, this is an important matter. A matter of honor.
Such matters are to be settled on your own time. Understood?
Understood, sir.
is all that thieves need to sneak by unnoticed.
One second, guys.
This place reeks of orc stench.
All right.
God, Judy's not so bad. Hey, would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace. Just making conversation, mate.
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding their pet orc here.
Okay, where is this? Oh, holy crap! That is a feminine orc.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets.
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile. But my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her.
She's not attacking you guys, so that's something.
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Ninius's idiotic obsessions. But now
Also sounds like Sean Connery.
I can hardly believe I've been wasting time protecting an orc when I should be running them through.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor, thanks.
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her.
And that worked?
A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly...
Why did you have a love potion?
I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Apparently it worked.
I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
But on an orc.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement?
90% of them.
The potion will be everlasting, as printed.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
You're right. The information she provides could well turn the tides here in Sicile.
Oh,
That's disturbing.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my scaly sweetheart in and of herself.
Yeah.
You're going to regret this. We're all going to regret this.
This is possible.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing
Man in love with an orc? Plummin' bullfrogs. Is he blind, stupid, or both? Imagine that
He's in love?
heaven-sent mongrel that'll crawl forth from that union. Why didn't you put her down while you had the chance?
Wow, and you're thinking of that?
Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
an orc in love.
I've got to agree with number one a little bit on the those two reproducing.
She'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Come now, enough doom and gloom. Cast your gaze instead.
That's exactly it. You lot can go on about love all you want, but my opposition is based on one fundamental principle. An orc is incapable of love.
Don't know that.
Let the elves mix with the imps and the dwarves with undead for all I care. But keep those blasted orcs
I hate to see
out.
anything reproduced with the undead, but I suppose if that became a possibility.
Wrong. If I'd seen evidence, any indication at all, that an orc were more than either a bloodthirsty hellhound or a bloodthirsty hellhound in a clever disguise, I'd be the first in line to bless any such mixed-up union.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf.
Dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh?
Well, that's interesting.
You can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little chap.
Alright, we have 2 minutes. I want to try to get to the docks. Oh, the docks wasn't that far, actually.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride? No, he didn't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Alright, so let's save quickly.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything, really. So, any leads?
Yeah, really thinks that Orky charm loves him. I wouldn't let all win 500 yards of my life.
Everybody wins. They'll make fabulous
No, they
adventures.
won't.
The Fabulous Five, eh? That sounds like just the right opportunity for three brawny buccaneers like
Well, there's one achievement. 15G, the world needs guts. You found a job for the unemployed with the Fabulous Five.
We'll go right away. Thanks.
Yeah, but that's not what we're choosing. It was for an achievement. I feel like Captain Jack's the better bet.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council.
This will probably be our last thing, too.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything, really. So, any leads?
That loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
It's a perfect fit.
Yep.
Captain Jack it is.
So a captain's offering booze and brass for a bit of crate loading? God be praised, you've done it, friend.
Alright, 15G, Captain Jack. You found a job for the unemployed. They work for Captain Jack. Alright, that's a good place to leave it, actually. Did we hit 100? I think we hit 100. 110, actually. Not bad. All right. We will go ahead and leave it here for the day. When we come back tomorrow, we'll do our rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, nightmares always ensue with the story deck. Do 2 rounds of this, or 1 round if I don't get 4 streams in, and a round of Unwritten Tales. But until then, remember, you can catch my live streams archived on my YouTube channel. Should be somewhere in the link around Twitch. It is also the home of 1,500 plus videos, including Rose Play, highlights from the streams themselves, and other Rose Play shows. But until then...